like the sun, I'm Sun Fenix, and today I'm going to be playing Journey again. This is the grand final level. If you haven't seen some of my videos and you've missed one, please, before you watch this, go back and watch them. This will be quite confusing if you haven't watched them. So now I'm going to stop meditating and go meditate. Soon. So this is basically the last checkpoint, so it's got to be very good. So that all lights up. I'll either come towards me, and I just don't mind it. I just go, doesn't matter, I'll just sit down. I don't really care about all these things coming towards me. So now this time you're in some sort of room with this person, in the same room I guess, and she shows you your journey. That's where you started, and you're in a rounded room, so it means you go in a loop. So you go across that bridge, you find those carps and finish that. You go down into the spooky place, see? And then you go up that. And then this is the part that you're gonna do. And then it loops back to the beginning. So this is the part you're gonna do. And the whole way it was just you, but if you're playing on 2-player, which I don't know how to get, so it just kind of flickers on and off I guess, there'd be 2 people with you. And there's your goal again. And for some reason you're meditating with your eyes open. Yeah. So now you stand up, and let's go on to the final level. And remember how when we first started we were in the very, very, very hot desert? Now, as you can see here, we're in the snow. Yeah, temperature change. Imagine how our teeth feels. Because once I tried drinking a cup of hot water and then drinking a cup of cold water, and my teeth just tingled. So imagine how hers feels. Being in the hot for a long time and now being in the cold for the very last level, which is pretty intense. So here's her deserty friends, and they fall down and die because they're not winter type of animals. They're desert creatures. They're used to the desert. So if you go close, you can bring them alive, but then they just freeze up again, which is sad. You can't save them. So this is the last level, and obviously in the last level, as you'll hear in a moment, there you go. And he pooped. He just pooped. So, yeah, last level has to have him. Yep. So you've got to dodge him again, but not yet. Now you're safe. And as you can see, your cape is just freezing up. So obviously you're more of a desert person too, I guess. No, yes, no. Anyway, you got to hide behind these parts here, because the wind will start blowing, as you can see there. And if you don't go, you'll just be pushed back. Push back? No, yes, no. Hang on, I really want to show you this. So, if you don't get behind those things in time, wind starts blowing. You get pushed back and your cape shortens. and your controller vibrates. So what you want to do is get behind these things, and you can bring these guys alive while you're behind them. And if you try to do the circle thing, you don't actually go down because you're way too cold. You just put your head down. As soon as the wind stops, you want to go to the next one. And you've got barely no magic because it's freezing cold. You can't fly, see? You can't fly. I'm pressing X and it's just like, nope, nope, you got no magic. Nope, nope, you got no magic. Okay, go, 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 go. So it senses which one you're up to, and it knows how long the breeze needs to be and how long the break needs to be. If you really want, you can skip one each turn. If you really want to get this part over and done with. So I just skipped one. Now I'm going over to you. If you want, you could even skip two. I think. Maybe no, yes, no, yes, no. Anyway, you really want to get behind these, otherwise your cape will break. So, cape will break. So, now this gap's going to be nice and long for you to be able to get to this one. Wind's blowing, you're freezing cold. It must be very cold because I've gone up to a mountain before and this isn't even the top of the mountain. You still want to get to your goal, which is the very, very top of the mountain. And I've never been to a mountain that's so cold that it can freeze any inanimate object that's not wet. Like this girl just used to be in the desert. She's not wet. She's got no water on her at all, but she's still got ice on her and she's freezing. And seeing the Carpies can't lead you, you've got these things, and what I found out last time I played is that this little guy's freezing in here. He comes out to you for a second, brings up your magic, and then he goes into the next one. Yeah, no, yes, no. And he freezes. I guess you kind of have to follow him and make sure he doesn't freeze. And so then he goes back in there. He's not going any further. He's freezing cold in there. And monster. He's right there. Yep, right there. So there's a nice good view of him. Big, scary, rips your cape in half. But right now he's just trying to get away from the cold, and so am I. So that's why I'm making my way up here to this temple cave thing. And you might think, how's that going to keep you warm? The calf was doing it. He was hiding in like a little cave. He was still freezing cold. Well, this cave is different, and maybe you could get that carp to the cave. I don't know, but he didn't seem to budge from that second hidey hole. But if you get to this place here, and I really wish I could fly right now. If you get to this place here, when your cape's probably gonna be completely frozen, if you come in here, turn all these on, it warms up, and you'll slowly see, just watch me, oh yep, and the little carpies come down and you're all fine, you're perfect. And then carpies and nice and warm, and then if you get all carpies and fly up here, there's a little hidden place with that, the scary part. Yep, scary. Ow. So yeah, it's nice and warm, nice and warm, and nice and warm. But then you have to go back out. And it doesn't take long for your cape to freeze because ready, and your cape's already frozen. See, your cape is already frozen and your magic is dying down. And you have to kind of make this bridge cut go down the right shape. If you fall down from here, you go all the way back down to that part where you have to go through that wind there, see? And there's where you started, I think. No, yes, no. I don't know. Anyway, you come over here, and your cape's already frozen again, and you're running out of magic, so you might as well use it. And you come to this part, windy, come to a part where you have to dodge the wind again. And the scary part is, you can be caught by the monsters. So right now you don't really want to worry about your cape because the cold gets rid of the magic anyway. So it doesn't really matter if the monsters get you or not, or the wind gets you, you just really want to get through. The wind's going to start blowing, the controller starts shaking. The music gets intense, and you hear the monster. Yeah, I should have waited for a wee bit longer. This is more about the timing. So then you go in here and hide from them. Go into here. Go into here. It's really the first and last part that you have to really worry about them, because from here on they're not going to bother you, those big monsters. So, hello, come alive. Right here, am I here? Okay, yes, I hear you, don't worry, I hear you. And the thing is, if you're playing two-player, if you stay right next to each other, you'll be able to have magic. Oh, here it comes. Go. They come when you They come when you least expect it, and when you most expect it, they don't come, which makes it a piece of art. When your controller starts shaking, you better go now. And go to this one over here. So you kind of just hide in their little wreckages. And here he is. Here's the last part where you have to really worry about them. See how big their light is? See how big? It's like they can see so much. Hide here. Try not to poke out of the hole. And as soon as he goes over it, you want to go straight to it. really just want to stay away, otherwise they'll wreck your cape, even though it's gonna wreck your cape anyway. The wind, I mean. See, the wind's gonna wreck your cape, the wind's gonna wreck your cape. Oh jeez, he spotted me, he spotted me, he spotted me. Once he spot you, no chance. You have to, Ow, then he ripped your cape in half. He grabbed hold of your cape and ripped it right in half. Oh jeez, walk. So yeah, he grabs hold of your cape. So you really want to get to those hidey holes in time. So now you don't need to worry about them. That's the last you need to worry about them, and that's that. But your cape's really small now. Remember what it was when it started? Then remember how it grew, and now it's really small.